If you want the best Giannis build in 2K, make sure you go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and get this video to 100 likes, man. Help your boy out. We're on the grind to 10K. But alright, this build is power forward, 6'10", 233 pounds with a 7'2" wingspan. Now, starting off with this build, you do want the close shot to go up to a 75, man, which isn't crazy high for close shot, but it is what it is. We just gonna keep going with the build. We got the driving layup up to an 80. The driving dunk, we're gonna take that up to an 89 so we can get those contacts off one. That is probably the best thing to get on a build like this. The standing dunk, we're gonna take that up to an 81. And now for the post control, we will give the build a little bit of post control. We're gonna take that post control up to a 79. Now, whenever you're making a build, always make sure you go back and look at the attributes, make sure everything's in the right place. So now for the mid-range, understand Giannis is not a great shooter. And I'm gonna show y'all a couple different builds. All right, this one and one more, so I can really see which one y'all like more, man. Build 1 or build 2. Now for the three-point shot, we're gonna take it up to a 75. Giannis is not a great three-point shooter, but you wanna give him a little something so the defense can't just sag off on you. Use that rhythm shooting, it'll get you right. Now, a 73 for the free throw. In case you want to take this build into rec, you do want to be able to hit those. Now, for the pass accuracy, we're going to take it up to a 75. And I have seen this year that 75 is probably a good stopping point for most builds, unless you're like crazy offensive and you don't want to have much pass accuracy at all, then you could probably get away with a 70. Now for the ball handle, we're going to take it up to a 75 as well. We do need to be able to dribble because this is a driving type of build. Now for the speed with ball, we're going to take it up to a 68 to get lightning launch on bronze. This build is it's pretty much a big man build, but you still want to be kind of quick so you can get to the goal on those players that really won't be able to guard you too well. Now for the interior defense, we're going to take that up to a 74. Perimeter, Bill will need a little bit of perimeter. We're going to take that up to a 72. Now for steal, we're going to take that up to a 60. You do still want to be able to play those lanes at least a little bit. It'll definitely help to build out. Now for block, because Giannis is a very good defensive player, we're going to take that up to an 84. Offensive rebound, we're going to take that up to a 60. We're really not too worried about the offensive rebound on this build, but for the defensive rebound, we're going to give that an 85. So with that 85, you'll still be able to box out. You'll still be able to help out the big in the paint. Now with the speed, we're going to go with a 70. The agility, we're going to do the same thing. We'll get that up to a 70. Now for the strength, you do need strength on this build. We can go up to an 85. And last, but definitely not least, we're going to take that vertical up to a 78. Now just to cover a few things on this build, we do get posterizer on silver. We do get posterizer on silver, and that is in tier 1. We get box out beast on gold. There's a few things that I think as a power forward you're always going to need. Box out beast is probably one of those things. Now, one thing that's unlike Giannis, this build does get post fade phenom, so just in case you're having a little trouble scoring, you will be able to do that. One of the best things on this build is the strength, man. We do actually get post powerhouse, which is pretty much back down punisher from the other year, and then we got a movable enforcer. That's another badge that is going to get you right. Now for the paint patroller, we got that on silver. That's pretty decent. Chase down artist, we got that on silver, or high flying denier, whatever you want to call it. The ball handle, we do get decent ball handle, so we do get unpluckable on bronze, strong handle on gold, and that is probably one of the most slept on badges in the game. We get rise up on silver, arrow wizard on gold. Oops are kind of OP this year if you know how to use them. And for the driving dunk, that 89 to get those contacts off one, that is absolutely important. And layups are important this year. Make sure you make your builds able to hit layups. It'll definitely help you out more than anything else, because the amount of smoked layups that I've seen this year have been absolutely insane. But we can go ahead and finish up the build. We get shades of Evan Mobley, Julius Randle, and Jabari Smith Jr. So in order to get a Giannis comp, the build kind of has to be trashed a little bit, you know, but it comes out as inside the arc threat. Let's get into build number 2. Now this second build is a little different. 6'11", 242 with a 7'7" wingspan, pretty much an inch taller. So you know there's a few things that we're going to lose just based on that. Now for the close shot, we're going to take that up to an 80. This one's a little bit higher. It's higher on the finishing end than anything else, man. So with the driving layup, we're gonna take it up to an 80 as well. Like I said earlier, make sure your build has driving layup. You do not want to be out there smoking layups. Now for the driving dunk, we're going to take that up to an 89, which is pretty decent for driving dunk. Still get you those contacts. Standing dunk, we can get that up to an 81, dude. I made a build with Rise Up that I can get Rise Up on Legend when I use my Max +1. And just trust me, man, Rise Up is probably one of the best badges in the game. That's how you get all those dope clips. Now, for the mid-range shot, we're going to take this up to a 73. This is more of a true Giannis build. You can actually play a lot like Giannis, you know, brick some of the shots out there. For the three-point shot, we're going to take it up to a 67. And I know that's pretty low, but one thing that you can do on this build is rhythm shoot. As long as you can find a decent jump shot, and we'll go over animations in a minute, you can actually still hit fairly well. This build does have a little more pass accuracy. We're going to take that up to a 78. Now the ball handle, we're going to take it up to a 65, man, and that does get you Giannis's dribble style, so it's decent. For the interior defense, we're going to take this up to a 77. This build does have a little more defense than the previous build. We're going to take the perimeter defense up to a 72. And for the steal, we're going to take that up to a 74. Now that does get you interceptor on silver, and I put a little extra point in there just because. Now for the block, we're going to take that up to an 84. Now if you do want a little more block, it'll kind of mess up the build a little bit. I mean, but this, as always, is a template. Make a build that matches your play style and you'll be good to go. We're going to leave offensive rebound at a 68. And we're going to take defensive rebound up to an 85, man. You do still need to be able to box out on this build. For the speed, we're going to take it up to a 74. We're going to go ahead and max out agility. We're going to take the strength up to an 82. You want to make strong builds no matter what, and that does get you that immovable on enforcer on silver. Now last but not least, we're going to take this vertical up to an 80, and the build is complete, man. This build is a little different. You do get aerial wizard on Hall of Fame, rise up on silver, high flying denier, and posterizer is actually in tier 2, so that makes this build a lot different than the previous one, man. Now with the block, pretty much get the same stuff: paint patroller, pogo stick, high flying denier, aka chase down artist. You do get post move lockdown. That'll help you play a little defense on the interior. We don't get lightning launch on this build, on this version of the build. I mean, that's all right. If you want to be more explosive off the dribble, that's one thing that you can, you know, maybe go with the 6'10" for. But the pass accuracy is a little better. We get versatile visionary. You'll be able to throw some of them oops. Now the shooting is, for me, this is like a truer to Giannis build. But the finishing is absolutely outstanding. That rise up, we already talked about that. The driving dunk. For the layup, we do still get physical finisher on silver. And for the close shot, we do get paint prodigy on bronze. And that is in tier 1, so if you wanted to use your tier 1 to get any badge up, I would probably say that physical finisher would be good for doing that. Or you can do rebound chaser, you can do rise up, either way. But in the second tier, you definitely want to do posterizer, get that thing to gold. Now, all right, let's talk about some of the animations you can get for both of these builds. But this one does come out with shades of Evan Mobley, Chris Webber, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. You actually get the comp in this one, and it comes out as an interior threat, kind of L build name. I feel like they could have tried a lot harder on these builds. They said they had all these new build names, and I'm not seeing them, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We'll go ahead and test the build, so I can show you some of the animations that you can get. Now, of course, in the animations, you actually can get a bunch of Giannis's moves. You can get his jump shot, his layup style, his dunk style, go-to shot, and dribble pull-up. All some very good things if you want to use those, man. Let me know if any of y'all have labbed out Giannis's in online gameplay. Now, for the dribble style and the signature size up, you can both get Giannis's, but the best part about this build is the dunks that you're able to get. You can get the 2-foot pro contact dunks, the 1-foot pro contact dunks, the pro standing bigs for the standing contact dunks, and of course, Giannis's dunk style. But you can also get Shaq's, Dominique Wilkins, Dwight Howard. You can get some very solid dunk animations on this build. But definitely let me know what y'all think about the build down in the comment section, man. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. But before you get up out of here, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the video if you like it. Let some other people see that thing, man. But all right, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Peace.